All right, down here, this time spawning in the bottom right of the map, he is the last hope of Slayers.
Slayers, huddle!
Looking fairly calm. And up here, he had to solve the puzzle of whether or not his computer would work.
oGs-TL, pin!
Finn.
He looks pretty serious. He doesn't look like he's that affected.
Nope.
And no word on whether his equipment is working or not, but I would assume so. I'm sure we hear about it otherwise.
Well, I mean, if he had a problem with his equipment still, then he would have to take a loss if it didn't work. So
yeah, I mean,
so you might as well just play with it, even if something's
exactly. So I mean, we don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it's fine, but we don't actually know 100% that his side mouse button or whatever it was is working okay.
Maybe he's like Karn and he jams the 5 key over and over again when he's spamming, and so he wore out the 5 key, so it doesn't work 1/3 of the time.
That may be that may be the case. Scout does get in here. We are close positions, as close as you could be, I suppose you could say. Both players on the right side of the map. A little bit of harassment here. And contrary to what I thought, we were going to see a 1-Rax expand, not a Marine Tank Banshee timing.
Interesting.
Could double gas after the probe leaves, but I do not see that happening.
Yeah, that's probably not likely.
He's even gonna make his command center before second depot. Wow.
I mean, we could see some kind of 2-base timing still, of course, as well.
This is
where sometimes they'll get the command center and then they'll get a bunch of racks.
This is uncharacteristically fast command center off of the barracks.
Oh, and he's actually going to scout it too. That probe stayed alive long enough to check back in on that expansion and see it planted there. So Puzzle knows what's up.
The question is, what will he do? He's chrono boosting only his gateway, and we'll see him probably chrono his warp gate research as well. He got his gateway a little bit earlier, so he didn't have enough energy. Chrono boost is actually a probe. Interesting.
Now maybe we're going to see... Well, the thing is, I was thinking maybe he's going to do like a parting style, go for a quick double expansion or something like that, but it's a lot harder to pull off on this map.
Yeah,
the third is really exposed and far away.
He's going to have to do something. He's going to either have to do a 2-base timing pressure or take a fast 3rd base because his opponent is ahead of him now by sheer build order.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. The command center is almost finished, and the Nexus has just started. So he is definitely going to have that advantage going.
Double gas and double barracks coming up for 4GG to start the second orbital. Stalker wants to see if there's a bunker or not. He knows what's up. He didn't have to check.
Yep. I mean, he already saw the command center there. And just double checks to make sure the bunker is in place.
But if there's no bunker, he can maybe damage some Marines.
Oh, that's true.
Didn't lose any hit points on the Stalker, so it's totally fine.
Second bunker going down for Finn. I mean, he knows that Puzzle knows. And so he's like, all right, well, it's only 100 minerals to make sure I'm a little bit safe against some sort of
doesn't want to pull
rush.
an MMA.
Yeah.
Like we saw earlier. Doesn't want to sit too comfortably and then be taken out by a timing attack.
Yeah, exactly. And there looks like the 3rd gateway, I think, or is that 2 gateways in a robo, I guess?
He's gone up to 3 gateways.
3 gateways in a robo.
The robo, yeah, is on the way. You're correct. No scouting of the Nexus by our Terran player. Was not able to see that. Didn't see a second gas, so it's safe to assume, but I like the bunker. I also like the factory timing here. He's got concussive shells on the way. He's going to start stim immediately afterwards, most likely. Not likely to see a combat shield timing. And the worker count right now, 31 probes and 21 SCVs with 2 mules there, a super strong 2-base Terran economy. Now I worry for Puzzle because he's not posturing to either take a 3rd or hit a timing attack. He's going to have to accept the fact that his opponent is ahead economically. And as far as tech goes, with that factory finishing up right now, at the same time as the Observer's coming out, he's actually even in tech as well. This is not a good position to be in for Puzzle as far as how they have progressed into this mid-stage of the early game.
Yeah. We do have 2 forges going up for Puzzle in the back. Actually, I'm not sure where they are, but 2 forges going up. Oh, wait. He just canceled the forges. Did he get scanned or something, and that's why he canceled? Or maybe he saw this force coming in and said, oh, crap, I need
The observer saw these units.
Yeah, he made 1 forge.
I really like his positioning of his pylon here, because even though it's going to get picked off by medevacs later, it allowed him to see that sneaky sideways push that the Zalnaga didn't cover.
Okay, now he made 2 forges again. So...
yeah, because the units retreated, so he was like, okay. He did delay the forges, though, by the aggression. He had to warp in more sentries.
And the Twilight Council going down as well, so it looks like we're going to see similar play to the PVT we saw earlier.
Yeah, it's very reliant upon
where the actually Vine's Archons and Colossus won out really well with this style of play.
Though I wonder if we will see 4GG hit a similar timing to what Nada was just showed.
3 more gateways are in production, Wolf. He's going up to 6 gateways, and the Twilight Council as well. I think we're going to see a 2-base attack from Puzzle, maybe with 1-1, because he did get 2 forges. There's 1-1 starting right now.
That would be a very unique timing attack. It could be, though, and he hasn't even started destroying his rocks, which is a little bit telling to me that he's not interested in taking a 3rd very soon. For sure. There is 1 Immortal about to pop. That's going to help him. Now, we are going to see a double medevac drop. No follow-up with units, so he's not bringing his units with him. He's not doing that specific timing attack that we saw him not to do. Stim is going to finish around the same time as these medevacs arrive, but with no 2 prongs here, he's just going to deny the medevac drop and be totally okay.
Yep. And
well,
he sees it. Oh, wait. He's moving out of position. No, he's warping out on the high ground. Beautiful.
His pylon coverage is perfect. He
yeah,
actually
that was really nice.
No places he does not have vision of his main.
Very nicely done. Warping in those stalkers on the high ground, so he didn't have to bring his whole army back into the main.
Blink is halfway done. 1-1 is halfway done as well. Now with those drops, he wasn't really able to scout a whole lot, but with his pressure with the Marines, he saw the double forge, saw the Twilight Council, and so he knows I'm not dealing with Colossus tech most likely, so he's got 3 ghosts in production. Those ghosts are going to be worth their weight in EMP, because the army right now is just so EMP-able, to put it in a way that anyone can understand.
No, you're right. Everything there is vulnerable to EMP.
The only thing that's not the best against EMP is not the best against the Zealots. He's trying to build his Zealot count now. One thing to note is the worker count right now is 58 to 48 in Puzzle's favor, and he has destroyed the rocks. He's going to make a Nexus here. Well, he wants to, but unfortunately for him, his probes will be taken out. Oh!
The Observer is scouting this entire army moving out, though, by the way. He knows that a big attack is coming. He saw the ghosts as well, so he knows that ghosts are there. Is he going to spread his units out? He needs to separate those sentries so he can't just be EMP'd in 1 shot.
And we may even see a flank. You can attack from 2 sides, but it's hard to attack into that choke point. I don't think we'll see that much of a flank at all.
Scan goes off so we can see them. He does separate the sentries. A preemptive wall goes down. He traps one of the ghosts and kills it. Nicely done. As
a result, though, 1 Immortal, 1 Zealot, and 1 Sentry are all EMP'd. Actually, a Stalker, 1 Stalker as well. All of them EMP'd.
And a Partridge in a Pear Tree.
Stalker's coming into the main to deny this drop.
Oh. Yep, it's going to go down. Doesn't want to pursue it too far, though.
Oh, a nice EMP traps the Ghost, but he does get almost all the sentries. There's only 2 sentries left with any energy at all.
Yeah, and he actually
used
a lot. He's used a lot of force fields just to trap a couple of ghosts as well. So even though the ghosts aren't EMPing, they're still eliminating force fields as a result. Here's that drop in the back again, and he actually just walled that off. So his Zealots aren't even going to be able to get back there. He does blink in some stalkers, targeting down the medevac. And the medevac's going to die, maybe. Yep. And the warp in his Zealots back there is going to help out.
He's sending his entire force home, Bulltrap. 4GG, he sees the upgrades and he's like, I know those forges are spinning. You're about to have 2-2. I only have +1. I don't want to fight +1 against 2-2. I'm going to go home. He almost ended the game with that timing, but I like his patience here. But the problem is the upgrades are still going to spin after this, and he's got to do something.
Did you see that, Wolf? We just caught a supply drop. We caught a drop supplies on camera.
That's embarrassing.
Anyway, yeah, so Puzzle now has a little bit of advantage. 2-2 has completed, so his units are really nice and buffed because, yeah, just +1 weapons for Finn right now.
Sorry, Moltrap, I would steal some of your water. I'm like
That's
dying.
okay.
I just like, grabbed Moltrap's water bottle without saying anything because I
like,
couldn't
hey.
say anything.
It's all right. We're that close. I'll let you have some of my water.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I feel better now.
Yeah, this is going to be scary. I mean, 3-3 is on the way for Puzzle, and he's making a second engineering bay, but there's going to be a point in time where it's 3-3 versus 1-1. And that's going to be a super, super strong point of timing for Puzzle. In fact, he's got that third Nexus down, but he's close to max. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him attack around that point in time.
The Colossus to Viking ratio is going to be good. It's going to be about 3 to 6 to 8. And with all the gateways that Puzzle has added here, he's going to warp in so many Zealots after the initial engagement to reinforce.
Yeah, he's got so many gateways. I think he's got at least 9 gateways now.
Yeah, I think he's got more than that in total.
And he's got a robotics facility pumping out as well. And Templar Archives going up in the background for the switch afterwards as well. There's already Vikings in play, but there's only 4 of them. And we have, how many Colossus?
3.
3 Colossus, so 4 Vikings are not going to be
Well, he has 6
at all.
now. The last 2 did pop up, but they're not with the army. That's
we might see an engagement. Oh, not going to see the engagement. That is a ton of Zealots. And 3-3 is almost complete. Puzzle wants to wait for 3-3 before this engagement, actually. And Finn's not going to let him. Oh, no. And he's gone up to the side.
Oh my God, the
it's
EMPs
a small choke point.
Oh,
he blinks down and kills the ghost.
Oh, this is not good.
No.
Not good for Puzzle, I don't think.
Oh, the Zealots are all trapped in the back. All the Zealots not attacking. The Vikings killing everything off. He made his Stalkers vulnerable. The Vikings even landing, although they did quickly to the Immortals. And it looks like just by sheer force of upgrades and numbers, Puzzle is going to hold this off.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was... We were talking about we didn't have 3-3.
It kicked in the middle of that battle.
Yeah, it kicked in the middle of the battle, but before even the battle, it was 2-2 against 1-1. So,
yeah, true.
That really came into some play there.
If it had been even upgrades, 4GG would have won the game there.
Yeah, in fact, he still almost did. I cannot believe Puzzle decided to engage that. There was a moment where he could have EMP'd his whole army, so he had vision and he had the ghost in position. He just did not do it.
Well, I mean, his upgrades saved him from a catastrophe. That was a horrible engagement by Puzzle. The Zealots, most of his Zealots were in the back. Like half of his Zealots spent like 5 or 6 seconds running around behind the Immortals, not attacking at all. He blinked his Stalkers down to kill the ghosts. Sure, that was good, but then he lost all the Stalkers and the Vikings just sat there pelting away at the Colossus. So things just went really badly. But again, the warp-ins, you mentioned the warp-ins before. He was able to warp in, you know, close to a dozen Zealots. Yeah.
Something to note about that battle and how it ended up, even though if you look at the split, you can see 4GG has remaxed more quickly, he lost his entirety of his Ghosts and his Vikings. So he has to make both of those. That's a lot of gas. Oh! That was close. So he has remade Ghosts and Vikings, but the Colossus count still stands fairly dangerous. 2 to 4 Colossus to Viking range ratio.
And the Immortals all survived that battle as well. All 3 of those.
And still, even after all this time has passed, it's going to be 3-3 against 2-2, likely next time they have an engagement. Storm is on the way, +1 shields are about to finish as the 4th, excuse me, for Puzzle is underway.
Yeah, he's just like, he's finished with upgrades. He's got 3-3, he might as well get some shields as well. He's going to have Storm probably in the next battle as well.
His Templar count is, actually, he's only got 1 out right now. Planetary Fortress going up.
Smart. You need to build those before your Storm finishes so that they have enough energy for a Saya Storm. So he's probably going to have, when Storm finishes in about 20-30 seconds, he's going to have 3 Storms at his disposal.
Yeah.
Very decent. And
the Ghost count's only at 5. He did not decide to make any more than 5. 5's a pretty good number. That's all he's going to have. A lot of them at about half energy at this point. It looks like Puzzle decides to turn around here, seeing this army move across. He does not feel comfortable without his Storm. I don't blame him. There's no reason for him to force the engagement. He knows his opponent's timing on his base. The Vikings in the center here, in the gap. I like this. He's going to try to pick off a Colossus.
Oh, nice blink in. It's going to prevent the snipe.
So
Get
decisive.
2 Vikings.
Yes.
Nice.
So decisive by Puzzle. I like that. He has the observer to spot. Not anymore.
Not anymore. And man, that is just a ton of Zealots. This is almost exactly the same composition that we saw Vines win with earlier.
Yeah. The difference being here is that the Zealot count is a little bit lower in this particular game, and the upgrades are still better for Puzzle. He's just not choosing to engage during this time.
Yeah, that's
and
a little strange.
He's showing a little bit of passivity here. He's throwing away one of the advantages he has, which is upgrades.
Yeah.
I like that he waited for Storm before trying to engage.
But he should
that
engage right now.
Yeah, he has Storm, even has +1 shields now. I think the time has come. He's adding more gateways, even adding more robos so he can remax quickly, but let's face it, how often in TVP does remaxing become an issue after the battle? Because there's always the battle in this matchup.
Well, and the thing is you know, when you're in a situation where you have the better army, but you don't feel you can engage, then you want to get a super strong economy. But guess what? Puzzle's on 4 bases, Finn is on 5. Finn is out economying him right now. Oh wait, I thought he was on 5.
He started Command Center.
He started a 5th, okay.
Forced to cancel by Zealot.
Okay, he's still been building it next to his 4th, but point being, Puzzle is not actually taking advantage of his superior army in any way right now.
Guess what, Trap? This Puzzle army is going to get trapped in between a 4GG army and a Planetary.
I think he's going to take down the Planetary very quickly, though.
He will be able to take out the Planetary first. Templar at the back for Storms.
Oh, is he going to try and trap the army? He's going to try and move into a defensive position so that Puzzle can't move up into his 3rd, and it's going to force him back, but Puzzle goes in for the engagement. +3 weapons is done for Finn. Oh, nice Storm. It's going to force him back.
Nice snipes as well. But the key here is Ben has lost that key part of his economy. Even though he has 1,600 minerals in the bank, eventually this will become an issue. Plus, 3 shields and gravitic boosters are on the way here as a 5th base goes down for Puzzle. Taking out the USCVs here. Oh, we could get the command center.
And Finn's army coming back here. This might be a good spot for him. The Ghost in front. Storm going down on everything. Huge damage going down on that army. The medevacs have a lot of energy, so he's going to be able to heal it back up. But here's the thing. I think he's out of storms now, so this might... No, he's got a couple left. There he goes in.
Basically out of storms now, but the Archon's doing so much damage here. And I think he has enough to pull back, though, and survive a little bit longer with these medevacs here. More Zealots coming in, though, Bulltrap. It's hard to say.
It is hard to say.
The Zealots in the back.
The Zealots are trapped in the back. He needs to blink or move them out of the way. He's continuing to charge forward, but some more Marauders come in from the side, and he is going to clean up this army.
Oh, 2 medevacs so low on hit points. 5 and 7 hit points left on those medevacs, which both have over 100 energy.
He did get all the Vikings in that battle. He killed them all. He actually, I think he stormed them and then finished them off with Stalkers, but... and is he actually? Yes, he's producing 2 Colossus right now. So without any Vikings, he's not reproducing Vikings right now.
He should be able to win this game, Moltrap. He's about to have +3 shields. He's got a strong economy. His opponent wanted to take another base, but he had to use that command center to retake the base that he lost. He wasn't able to secure an orbital there, so that's less mules. Puzzle's got that base up and running already, and he's got an additional base. Look at these storms.
Almost gets a lot of units, but they do dodge out of the end of that storm. Yeah, look at those Archons. So many Archons.
He's even got cannons through the center of the map. He's gonna, if he can target this planetary down before the army gets back.
Well, this is dangerous, though, because he doesn't have his whole army here. If he gets caught in an engagement, he's got the storms there, so he can prevent the engagement. Very nice.
Storming on the planetary to pull SCVs away. He needs to be storming the army, though. Flank with the Zealots! But he does not have the Archons close enough to flank as he wanted to. He's going to lose his pylon. Nice micro by 4GG. He's actually just precisely pulling off a few units to grab these Archons, grab the pylons, and dodging the storms.
Yeah. Yeah, very nicely done. And we're seeing that Puzzle, it's interesting because he kind of wants to engage a little bit, but then when he realizes, not here, not now, he's planning down a storm at the front of the army to force 4GG back. So it's kind of cool that he's saying, all right, well, I choose when we engage. And if you try and have us fight when I don't want to, you're going to have to walk through a Psy Storm.
And he consistently has Zealots patrolling. He's got pylons all over the map. there's no way 4GG will be able to escape this pressure and take another base. He's running out of time. 6 ghosts are about to come out here. This is not a good place for Puzzle to engage with this planetary on the edge. A storm will hit.
Huge storm. Oh no, but he moves his Templar in. Oh, well, all the units do survive those storms. He lost all the Templar though.
He almost.
But the medevacs are out of energy though.
Yeah, with one more storm, he would have killed all those, and exactly, the medevacs are out of energy. I would like to see now Puzzle go for the kill move at Northern Planetary. Ignore the Planetary to the right. He does not have to engage there. Where he's got his back against the wall.
He's got so many Colossus, and there's no Vikings at all.
None whatsoever. He's making only medevacs to help deal with these units. He's not committing though. He couldn't even pick off either Planetary with the range on the Colossus. Well, now he's going to go and do it the safer one.
At least this time he is doing the smart thing. He's expanding, making sure his economy is better, and he's poking and trying to clear the vulnerable external bases. Here he goes in. He's just going to pop this Planetary so fast. Colossus doing so much damage. He might get the SCV as well. There's a ton of ghosts clumped up there. The Colossus annihilate the ghosts. The storms go down on the rest of the army. Slayer's Puzzle may bring it to an ace match. Dancing his Colossus. He's so confident in victory. GG!
I cannot believe it. I
Slayer's
cannot
Puzzle.
believe it. He has brought things back to the final match.
Oh my god. Slayer's Puzzle. His team was down 4-1. It was dire. Everyone was thinking that Slayers barely had a chance in this match, and Puzzle said no. Brought it back. 3 kills in a row to tie up the series. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to an ace match. Slayer's Puzzle has gotten 3 kills in a row. Can he get that last kill? Wow.
It's a day of 2 strong Protosses.
Yeah, it's true.
There are 2 strong Protosses in this room, and they have made names for themselves, both of which had a name already, but they have, this will be the game that when you see Puzzle and Code S next season, you will think about these games. When you see Vines, if he ever requalifies, you will think about these games. You'll be like, well, I don't know, he has never really done well in the individual league, but that one day, he was unstoppable.
Yeah. No, you're right. Out of the 8 games, Protoss have won 7 of them.
Very true. So. And now OGS is down to the last pick, their final life. And I think it's going to be Supernova.
No doubt in my mind, Supernova. If it's not Supernova, I'm going to be really surprised. He's usually their closer anyway. They've gone to him in the past. He actually won that final match where they almost lost against ZeNEX as well. So he's going to be their go-to guy. He's been the most accomplished recently.
He's always the best team league guy.
Yeah.
And I think it's great to choose him as an ace here.
And he's super underrated still too. I talked about this last time when we casted him, but you know, he is really, really strong. He's been in Code S. You know, he's a super strong player, and yet in his Code S group, he was rated like 3% by the fans to win. So hopefully he's getting some more credit here.
He's very good against Zerg. Versus Protoss is not his best matchup, but I think it's going to be him.
And what?
It is going to be Inca. It's going to be the PvP. I told you this might happen, Bulltrap. I didn't expect
I take it all back.
though.
I eat my words. I was certain it was going to be Supernova.
But think about this. Is actually the point I was going to make. We didn't have enough time to talk about it. How many Terrans has he killed? That's a lot. Do you put another Terran out against this Terran destroyer? The Terran. I mean, he's only killed. Actually, he's only killed 2 Terrans, but he's killed 2 very strong Terrans.
It's true.
Do you put a 3rd Terran out against this monster? No. You put out the king of PvP. Now, is he the king that everyone you know is looking for, or is he going to be a little bit shaky here? The last map is going to be Daybreak, a very interesting map for PvP. We can see all sorts of late game PvP on this map. Very rare to see late game PvP, but this will be the map that it's seen on for sure, if it's seen at all today.
Yeah. Well, Listen, I feel kind of ridiculous now. I was talking so much about Supernova, but you're right. He has just defeated a couple of Terrans.
I was trying to think of what map it was going to be, you know, because that really makes a difference. Now, in the late game, Puzzle seems unbeatable against Terran. What map is left? Daybreak?
That's a late game map, yeah.
So I think Inca is a smart choice. I actually, and if I were the win, I would either pick Inca or More Supernova, and I would go 55-45 Supernova over Inca. Like that's how like sure I would be of myself as to who I would pick, because it's just so difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just, the reason why I didn't think it was going to be Inca, I'll talk about that more in a second, actually, because the game is about to begin. The ace match, the final match, everything comes down. The entire life of both these teams in the Team League this season comes down to this game. Let's get into the match here at the GSTL.